which actually enables us to meet the challenges of digital, financial and social inclusion. When we talk about making payments, buying commodities, buying services, we are continuously trying to make our life easier by getting into electronic payment systems. But electronic payment systems are still far away from the masses. 75% of all transactions that happen in India happen in cash. So you might make the odd internet payment, but 75 centuries, and it's not likely to go away very soon. So how do you marry the two capabilities of delivering services electronically and still in a real world where cash is king? So that is the context I bring forward to you. Economic growth has increased the number of transactions that you handle. I'm sure 10 years ago we had maybe two bills to pay, the electricity and the landline telephone. Today you have bills to pay for your son's phone, your daughter's phone, your own phone, your wife's phone, and then perhaps a couple of internet connections and electricity bills. So there are a lot more bills to pay that which didn't exist 10 years ago. All these transactions today need to be still handled. Today, you may handle it through internet payments because you have access to internet payment, you have access to a banking system, so you're privileged. But what about your dholi? What about your darzi? What about people your vegetable wala, who actually still uses a mobile phone but charges it every day? So, the objective of our system is to create a multi-city, multi-modal payment. So, anybody who wants to make a payment through credit card, debit card, banking system, through cash, should be able to go to a point of transaction point and make his payment. Where did we start off? We started with kiosks. We started installing kiosks in electricity boards so that people could pay beyond office hours and people could pay at their leisure. A milkman could pay a bill at 5 o'clock in the morning when you were delivering milk. And somebody who was catching a flight late in the night paid a bill at 12 o'clock in the night. So there was a kiosk he could go to and make payment in that kiosk. But as we went further and further, we realized that it's only that many kiosks that we can put. There's a cost of putting a kiosk. Typically these kiosks in India are still assisted self-service. We like to be helped to make a payment into a machine because you're still a little worried. So that was the context in which we set about making a payment system which can deliver services electronically. That part is easy. Every service delivery that is going to a consumer to say that his bill is paid, to say that his mobile is recharged, that end of the process is pretty easy because that service delivery can happen. So it is now converting your cash into electronic payments, and that is where we married technology to a physical network, and that is really the source of our whole innovation here. How did we do that? We did it through electronification and aggregation. Now, electronification of cash payments means that when a consumer actually comes to make a payment, he goes to a physical point where a franchisee has a mobile phone, or he could have a laptop. He pays cash to the franchisee has a digital wallet with us, so the cash gets converted into a service delivery request, says recharge my mobile phone, provide me, recharge my DTH service, book me a ticket through Redbus from a particular location to a particular, book me a railway ticket. So there are various types of, or pay my electricity bill. Now this means that through a cloud-based implementation at the back end, we are connected to a number of service providers who we are electronically dealing with. And at the front end, we have a number of services that can be provided through a franchise network. Now, what is this cloud-based implementation? If you look at this, a financial transaction is initiated from a consumer. A consumer goes to a platform, which is a kiosk, or he goes to a franchisee and initiates a transaction, makes payment. And that transaction point then initiates a digital transaction that goes to our cloud-based server, which takes the request forward to a service provider, to an operator, and the operator fulfills this transaction electronically. Everything has to happen in a few minutes. If it doesn't, then the transaction hasn't happened. The payment goes back to the customer. So if a particular transaction is unsuccessful, there's a toll-free number, the customer calls the toll-free number and gets his transaction reversed. So everything is designed to be a hassle-free experience of distribution of various service products through the medium of a cloud-based system at the back end and any device at the front end. It could be a web-based client, it could be a PC, it could be a kiosk. You could walk into a cafe coffee day where you would find one of our kiosks in Chennai or Bangalore and make a payment while you are having a cup of coffee. I am happy to say that this cloud-based architecture won Global IT Architecture Excellence Award last year, and there are a number of distribution partners whom we represent, there are a number of billers whom we represent, for whom we've been working over a period of time. The two aspects of this innovation is the service basket, which we continuously enhance. Today, we accept utility bill payments, telecom payments, mobile recharge, DTH, ticketing, and the support services that we provide are a multilingual call center. So India has many regions and many languages. People like to be spoken in their language. There's real-time transaction visibility. There's online customer care, and then there are audit trails and MIS reports which get generated for each of our partners. What have we seen in these last few years? We've seen tremendous growth. We've been happy to and privileged, I believe, to serve about 10 million customers in just 2.5 years. We've collected $500 million in US dollars as payments for our customers and processed those payments through our systems. And what is more, it is at 80% reduction in cost per transaction. We are continuously increasing the number of touch points. Today we have about 10,000 touch points. We have about 100 distributors and we cover 73 cities. And the three pillars on which our innovation is based is affordability, because cost of delivery of service has to be minimal. It's really people at the bottom of the pyramid that are using our systems. So they don't have the ability to pay anything. In fact, the consumer doesn't pay anything in this whole scheme of things. It is the operators who pay us for the services that we render to them. So for the customer, it is actually free. Availability means creating a network which is easy to access and available all over the country. And acceptance means that the basket of services and the ability to deliver services efficiently, quickly, and virtually online is there. So in our own way, we are contributing to the cause of the digital, social and financial inclusion in India. The impact of the innovation, the use of devices, we have actually any kind of device can be used at the front end, including a tab or a PC or a mobile phone. And all mobile phones are not mobile phones, which is something that we realized when we actually went into an implementation. But today, we can deal with any mobile phone as a front end device. We have kiosks, which are electronic kiosks, where you could pay by cash, you could pay by check. And again, most of these transactions, almost 90% are paperless, because everything, the service request, the cash request, the receipting, everything is done electronically. So we are in our own way contributing to the environment. The uniqueness again is that there is no franchising investment. So today there are 10,000 franchisees who we have, and we are contributing to the livelihood of these franchisees who are earning money without investing any capital into the business. All they have to do is invest working capital, which is in their digital wallet, and consume the various services that are available. For the consumer, he can pay in the mode that he prefers. He's got right from card to a debit card to cash to check, any other medium that he has, he is comfortable with. And we have laid a digital pipeline across the country, which is continuing, and the network effect makes this model extremely scalable. We are today about 10,000 touch points. We hope to go up to about 50,000 touch points in the next 2 years, and in 5 years our revenues are expected to cross about 1,000 crores. Clearly, I think the innovation is made, the digital pipeline is laid. We are now using the network, or the multiplier effect as it is called, more geographies, more cities, more franchisees, more customers, more services and more devices. And that makes this innovation truly sustainable and growth oriented. And we believe that since it's at no cost to the consumer, we are trying to make the consumer's life easy. We are trying to eliminate all hassles that he has in getting service, and sticking to the mode of preference that he has, whichever mode of payment he's comfortable with, that's the mode that we believe to accept. Thank you.
Any question?
In the marketing category, the joint winners are Mahindra and Avistar Automotives Limited and Max Bupa